And there's the bunt down the first baseline.
Bunts a beauty. Pitcher covering and throws it away. Ball's loose down the right field line. Delucia may score. Here he comes. Delucia's going to score. Buckeyes win.
The wild way Ohio State ended their week last week. A victory on a bunt in the ninth after blowing a lead gave Greg Beals, OSU's new head man, an important win early on in Big Ten play. Ohio State coach Greg Beals joins us now. Greg, so far, how has this season as the head coach in charge of Ohio State been compared to what you thought it would be?
Well, it's a lot of what I thought it would be. You know, it's a big job with a lot of responsibilities, and not just baseball. You know, more on the field, more off the field. Been a lot of work. You know, getting my coaching staff together, getting our program set in motion, and getting our networking set with the high school coaches here in the state of Ohio.
What's the most important thing to happen for you to get Ohio State to the level you want it to be?
Well, I think we got to really get that networking together. We got to recruit national caliber players. Those players are here in the state of Ohio. Our challenge is to keep that top player in the state of Ohio here playing for the Buckeyes.
Greg, you had a truly bizarre ending to your game last Sunday. 15-14 the final. You guys blew a 4-run lead in the ninth inning, only to get it back thanks to a weird error in the bottom of the ninth. Where does that rank among bizarre endings of your coaching career?
Well, it's right up there. You certainly don't ever envision winning a ball game with a walk-off sacrifice bunt, but that's what we got on Sunday. You know, it was a tough day for pitching and defense with the wind blowing. The field got really hard and fast in the infield, and you know, created a lot of run scoring. We get our leadoff guy on in the bottom of the ninth, lay down a bunt, and crazy thing happens, and we round the bases and win the ball game.
What kind of roller coaster did your emotions take that ninth inning?
Well, you know, it was disappointing. You know, we had our closer in there for the top of the ninth. It was disappointing to see that lead leave us. But on the other hand, what it did is it gave us an opportunity to learn as a ball club. Something we've been teaching our players a lot about is dealing with adversity, that every game's going to have a point of adversity in it, and we need to recognize that and get over it and move on, and we certainly did that on Sunday to win the ball game in the ninth inning.
You recently played a game against a minor league team, the Columbus Clippers. What can the Buckeyes take away from that outing?
Well, we learned a lot. You know, it's fun to get to see players of that caliber work out, and you know, we got there early, got to see them take batting practice, got to see their guys take ground balls, really go through their full routine. Watch some of their guys hitting the cages in between batting practice and the game. Really was something I told our players when we got off the bus, hey, let's pay attention today. Pay attention to what these great baseball players do to get themselves ready to play.
Curious, Greg, what are your thoughts on aluminum versus wood bats in college ball?
Well, you know, I still like the aluminum bat. I think the aluminum bat allows the younger player to be ready to play earlier in his career. You know, the traditional side of me loves the wooden bat also, but I'm not sure our players, all of our players are ready to hit with wood when they come to college.
Talk to me about your co-captain, Brian Delucia. What do you need from him this season?
Well, I need Brian to really be our leader on the field, lead by example. We've moved him into our leadoff spot. He's a guy with great speed. He's the guy that scored from first base Sunday on that sacrifice bunt. Obviously, that requires speed to do that. But I need him just to really maintain the body language, maintain the energy and the tempo of the team that we're looking for.
Greg Beals, congratulations on not only getting the job at Ohio State, but the start you're off to. Good luck the rest of the way.
All right, thank you.
And here's a little more on Beals. You see his record in his 8 years in charge of Ball State. Before that, he spent nearly a decade at Kent State as an assistant. And before that, as a player, he spent a few years in the New York Mets organization.